We are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
That's what you do. You buy these players that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on with a smile on his face.
You just want you to sit in your chair and go hip hip hooray for the Western French and the Western narrative. You dare dictate the same old every single day without this. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Stallone. The fellow who scored, do you think he should have been sent off? I can't believe that. I couldn't believe that. I really couldn't, you know. Not that I'm worried about the defeat, I'm really not. Because that's the best of them. We'd sort them out at Anfield if we want to get to the final, that is. I don't know. First half was absolutely terrible, though, wasn't it? And I'll tell you what positive I did get from it. When Trent came on, he was back to his best. And I thought Darwin as well. He played well when he came on. He was everywhere. He has hard luck there. He has hard luck with a couple of efforts, especially that one near the ends, you know. Well, I don't know how he got to it, to be honest. The goalkeeper made a good save. Anyway, let's see what he used to say. You know, Youssef. Youssef. If that's what we look forward to in the league, then I'm very worried. A cop, he says, Youssef, stop overreacting. And carries on by saying, Spurs defended really well, and it's only 1-0. Yes. Look, get all the bevies now. Get them down, yeah. Not fair at all. Even a Frankie in chat. And why is Elliott not getting a look in over Jones, says Youssef. That was shocking. What's going on, says Terrell. I know. Even Lynn Ellis, you know, Lynn's big red, and she says, dreadful game. Salah and Jones, woeful, says Terrell. The Anfield, that was a game both teams could have done without. I'm beginning to think Sluter doesn't do rotation. My problem is, when players like Elliott or Quansah do play, they are not up to match speed, especially Quansah. Because the minutes he had, I said to Steve Evans texted me, and I said, there's a big mistake in there. There's a big mistake in there, Quansah there. A big mistake. Then he gets injured, goes off. After a few minutes, you know what I mean? After me saying that, because it's the passion of us, first start. Hey, Frank, dreadful game, says Lynn Ellis. Yes. Let's go, champ. I said exactly the same to myself because no one's talking to me, you see. I said exactly the same, Eddie. I'd rather lose that game than Forest next week, like, absolutely. If we had to get beat, yeah, get beat by them. And we should never... Yeah, does anybody agree, anybody on here, why Diaz never got a penalty? That right back, he's crapping. He is whatever his name, Pero or something, isn't it? And he went like, he pushed him in the back with two hands, not one little push, but like that. Why wasn't that a penalty? If anyone agrees with me. Our players look tired and fatigued. Good shout. We need these contracts sorted now. This is derailing us. I'm telling you, that's terrible. Norman, that was not acceptable. Spurs are terrible. Yes, they are. Absolutely. That's why I'm not bothered, because at Anfield, we'll have to raise our game there, to be honest. At Anfield, we'd sort them. They're terrible, them. And we went down to their level. Yes, midfield is not doing enough, Frank, bypassing each other, no intent. Ahmed, hi Frank, how are you? Another disastrous performance. I don't know what it will take for FSG to realise we need new players. Totally agree. And Steve says, Frank Quansah injured. We only have one fit centre-back now. Get ready for FSG to play Mary, the tea lady at centre-back room. Then sign a quality, yes. And Daryl says, Szoboszlai is a massive miss. No energy in midfield. Gravenberg. That's why I've been saying all season, before the start of the season as well, that we need another number 6. Quality one. Enzo's there, I'm sorry, but Enzo's not fit there. I won't go on about the lad, but he's not he's not the answer, is he? Quansah injury could be a bonus regarding the transfer market, says Ed. I'm telling you now, I wouldn't bet on it. And, to be honest, lady, suppose it is a blessing in disguise, right? Do you think FSG will go out and buy a quality centre-back? Because I don't. And as Sloot said yesterday in his press conference, it's the quality of our players. That's all we need. And he said that at the beginning of the season as well. The Anfield, I know others would have noticed this, but worryingly, without Trent, there is very little brilliant, thank you, yes, through the lines in this team. He can't defend, but he sure knows how to attack. He'll be a loss. That's a cracking comment. Because as I said, the only bonus that he was back to his best, or part best. And he did get the ball moving. He did get the ball. He got them moving, not the ball, but he got them moving. Told you Jota and Gakpo is horrible. No shot on target first half. Curtis Jones again does nothing. No penetration. When Diaz and Darwin came on, we played better because of the pressing. I really thought that Darwin played well tonight when he came on. He really did, and he had hard luck, as I said. And Steve says, yeah, I said that at the beginning, Steve. Why wasn't he sent off? And there's that divvy who plays for Arsenal, co-commentating. He was trying to justify. He was saying, well, the cards he got should never have been a card, but he should have been sent off. And that's why Virgil went straight over to the referee at the end and said, why wasn't he sent off? And even that lad, this goal scorer, he was like, did you see him? Did you see him? Youssef, Mo Salah's worst performance. Yeah, he wasn't at the races, unfortunately. But then again, you can't just blame Mo. They were awful. Slaughter's one-trick pony and has no mind of rotation. That's what one of the other lads said as well. Noah Hyde, I think it was Anfield Road. His man management is weak and ruins Quansah and Enzo's confidences. If he trusts only his first 11, then he is doomed under FSG. Powerful comments, powerful. Darryl says, but Spurs are going to have a lot of players, but oh, come on. Yeah, that's so fucking what? So what? Listen, go back to fucking when we beat Barca, will you? Go back then, Darryl. We had the likes of that fucking, what's his name? Brewster on the fucking bench. Brewster and Woodburn. I was waiting for, I don't want anyone, get this negativity. They'll have played, but so fucking what? No excuse tonight, but we got some dodgy decisions again. Yes, we did, Paul. Like we got last season there. Yes. That should have been a penalty on Diaz. That was a penalty though. That lad should have been sent off, the goal scorer. So they were two dodgy ones. Two very dodgy ones. Paulo, a shocking performance, and no one performed. That was a very weak Spurs tonight, and we should have put the tie to bed. Yeah, great. Totally agree. But you can't just blame one or two. You just can't blame them. It was the lot of them. With the exception of Virgil. He was good, Virgil. Why have Chiesa on the bench and not use him instead of playing Salah for the whole game? Because Chiesa, it's like, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like Quansah. Sloot doesn't like Quansah. You can tell that. Especially after the Ipswich game. They never played. He was just forgotten. And then you have Chiesa. He's a forgotten man. Enzo is a forgotten man. And he's expecting them to perform. I really thought at the beginning, not being funny, I'm not just saying it because of what happened, but we should have played Konate to get minutes. Because he only came back against Man United. And then what was he fucking rested for? And that back four at the beginning, then Enzo coming up now. How Jones started today, says Steve, I will never know. Arnie benched Trent and Robbo for playing poorly last game. Elliott must be really bad not to start ahead of Jones today. But again, Yeah, I agree, you know. But I've always said that Elliot is better coming off the bench. And I really thought that he would have come off the bench somewhere in the game, about 70 minutes ago or something like that, to give legs, because he is good. He's very energetic. No, no, man, I'm sick of this. In 2022, we could have won it all. No strength and depth, yes. Last season, ran out of steam, yes. Could have won more, yes. 3 yeses in one comment. That's it. Big up, Frank. Hope Kwanzaa is okay for Saturday. Why? Why? Did you see him play? Did you see him? He was terrible. He was terrible. Unless I was looking at the wrong Kwanzaa before he went off. Paul Owie. Enzo might not be the answer, but he did okay tonight. Jones slows everything down and needs to learn how to run. Look, I think what you've got to understand is this. He gets orders. Jones gets orders off Sloot. Sloot's game plan is to reserve energy. And that's why it's so slow. I was shouting at the telly tonight. I was shouting at it. And here's what I was shouting. Why don't you fucking move the ball? Why don't you get it up? All as I seen Liverpool do in that first half was sideways and backwards from our defence. Whether you'd agree with that or not, and we build up slowly. This is Sloot's game plan, to build up slowly. Not heavy metal or anything like that. But we need to hurry it up. We really do. And it's so frustrating. And that was frustrating tonight. And then when Trent came on, as one of the lads said, as soon as he came on, bang, the pace was there. The balls were there. Diaz getting the ball and running at their defence. FSG looking to sign a Sunday League centre-back from one of the local teams in Liverpool, says Steve. Don't sign anyone. Why are we not protesting in thousands? I don't get it, says Del. Because we don't. We don't. You've got people on board who are supposed to protest, you know. And you know who they are without me mentioning them. And they don't fucking speak for me anyway. Nunes, Diaz, Trent coming on, increased our tempo and urgency, says Steve. Of course he did. But even a Frank, pathetic performance from us and that joker referee. Yep. Trent, our man of the match. Yeah, and he came on. And he's our man of the match. It's mad, isn't it? Stevie says, Mac and Gravenberch look tired. That's why our tempo was slow. Honestly, they get... I understand that, and I think Gravenberch is slowing down a lot. I really do. And what do they call it? Burnout. But we've been saying that for ages. That's why we needed a number 6. And Norman says, they are terrible Spurs, though, which is why I'm annoyed. They were there for the taking. But so were Man United. There for the taking, but you can't say that. No, you can't say that now, can you? not only should the Spurs goal scorer have been sent off, we ended up with 10 men on the pitch when he scored as Samikas was getting treatment. It's absolutely ridiculous. It really is, to be honest. Says Paul Howie. See, look, really, is anybody worried? Because I'm not. Darryl said, oh, you know, wait till they've got all their players back. We're at Anfield. We're at Anfield. It would have been different if this would have been up here and we got beat or drew or something, or, you know, going down there. That would have been totally different. But do you think Spurs, with their stupid supporters, do you think that they're going, oh, I can't wait now? We're at Wembley. Do you think they're thinking that? Because I don't. Telling you now. And she says, and Slot doesn't think we need any signings. Ridiculous. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that says, Anfield Road, have you seen Redbird? I was going to ask about that, actually. Good shout there, Daz. Because we always, you know, care about our little community here. And if anyone's ill or anything. Good shout that, Daz. Thanks for asking. Hopefully, when the second leg comes round, FSG have signed in Cappy or 8 or Zuberman or Edison around. See, Steve. Would sign a lot of them. Don't think so, though, do you? Don't think so. The Anfield, Frankie, the more we have a little less performance, the more people worry. We've not fallen off yet. It was just a first leg type, yes. Granted, we can play better, but talks of overall are rash. Yeah, I'm not, as I said at the beginning, Anfield, I'm not bothered about that tonight. I'm really not. But I was annoyed at the performance. We should have done better. I mean, should have done better against Man United as well. But they're the two games, and we haven't fallen off. And if we had to, one of the lads said, if we had to get beat, you know, rather tonight than against Nottingham Forest. Absolutely right. And I predict that we beat Nottingham Forest. I predict that. Anyway, we didn't want Ange to get the sack, did we? Noah Hyde, Slot will wear out Salah. Why did we get Chiesa if he doesn't favour him? FSG clearly never got Slot approval. Yeah. Yeah. He's starting to burn out people. But as I said, his game plan is to conserve energy. Simon Smith, good evening, Frank. Why don't Slot give Elliott? This is what everyone's saying. I really thought that he'd come on around the 70th minute, 75th minute. I really did. You know, he's got legs, he's got loads of bags of energy. And I just don't understand it. I really don't. Unless the Quansar injury, you know, scuppered, you know, bringing on all the subs that he wanted to. I just don't know. Anfield, how you know, my lad? TW, Paul Owie to their TW. Slot is saying what the owners tell. Absolutely, thank you. I was talking to my daughter today. And that thing when he came out and he said the club is loyal to the players now we have, and that was it. You know, no more signings. That's what he was more or less saying. That was scripted, that. And I'm not talking by the owners either. I'm talking the fellas behind the scenes. That was a script. If any of the reporters say to you about the transfers in this window, there's your script. Just say, oh, we're loyal to the players that we've already got. That was a fucking shocking statement. That annoyed me. That annoyed me more than anything. Oh, my old mate, Steve Malone. Hey, Steve. Lacking the cutting edge in the final third, say Steve. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. Absolutely, mate. And Steve, you never sees LFC, Arsenal, both lose in the same week. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, but they're away, aren't they? With a 2-0 defeat. With a 2-0 defeat looming when they go up there to Newcastle. I wouldn't fancy that. But I do fancy, Liverpool to turn them over. I really do. No matter who they've got playing for them. Darryl says we can criticise FSG till we're blue in the face. They won't do nothing. They don't care about winning, all about saving money, greed. Absolutely. Darryl. The vlogs. I said to me, Dad, here we go. Every January, it's the same thing. We start playing crap. Goal scoring dries up a bit and we get injuries. Hopefully, turn us around. Slot got it wrong today. He got it badly wrong, to be honest. Got it badly wrong, Steve. Carries on by saying, Arnie, they're forced to play Quansar and Endo. Arnie don't rate Quando. They're Quansar and I know. So what do you do? You're going to burn out players. You've got to have quality on the bench. You really have. You've got to have quality on the bench. Just in case of injuries. Case of burnout. I'm not worried about the forwards, We can score against anyone, but tonight, I just thought Darwin was unlucky. That goalkeeper made a terrific save, didn't he? Let's be honest. Where am I? Simon Smith. I'm sorry there. I was trying to get up to where it was. Knowing FSG won 8 billion, do you think Elon Musk or Saudi would go that? Yeah, Elon Musk would. That's nothing, that's not. Yeah, I do say Simon. I think they will sell, but I said that. I said that last season coming in. I said they will sell. But they want to buy these this football bloody team, American football that is, with the girls dancing, those girls dancing on the side, whatever they're called. I blame the ball for tonight's result. It's from Arteta shit, wasn't it? The ball's different. It's different shape and everything you're saying. You're hitting and it doesn't go right. Fuck off. Sorry to swear if there's any ladies listening in. Norman. Quansar has not been at the same since that mistake against the Manx last season. He dawdles and looks near. I said that. Honestly, Steve Evans was talking to Steve first few minutes. And he was having a go at Simikas. And I said, well, look at Kwanzaa. What's what he done? And that was before he went on. I do rate his potential, though. Elliott is becoming a forgotten man under Slot, says Paulo. There's a few who are. But, you know, I think one lad on here has mentioned one lad has mentioned Sabozlai. And we missed him. We missed him against Man United as well. We really did. The vlogs go to show how bad we are in the markets when we need to use Enzo at centre-back. Good shout. We should have got a new centre-back in the summer or even last January. Good shout again. Yes. Vlogs. I've said it all along, mate. I've said it and said it and said it. And as Darryl said, you know, we can say loads and loads until we're blue in the face and they will do nothing. We look tired. We need signing, says Simon Smith. Yeah. And Youssef played the under-18s against Accrington. He's a good friend of mine. He doesn't normally come on. Frank Lawton. We've hit the bad patch. Simple as that. Get the Accrington Cup game over with a gang of squad players, and then it's Forest and Brentford away in the league. We need to win both games spot on. We should buy now and strengthen spot on again. If we blow the Prem, we'll be a laughingstock forever. Spot on. They were carried and undisciplined tonight against an average team. Spot on. Spot on, Frank. Couldn't agree more. Our midfield, says Simon, lack physicality. We need Balaba from Brighton. Nkapi we need. I'm telling you now, we need Nkapi. He's brilliant. Great left back, but he can play left side at centre back as well. He's great, Nkapi. I've admired him for a couple of seasons now. And when he played down here as well, he was brilliant. At least we could hear the ref talking to VAR, Frank. FSG again derailing our title charge. FSG out protest meeting, says Steve. Steve's a big fan of FSG. We got games coming thick and fast. We have no choice to use squad players. It's only half time and the return match will be great atmosphere now, says Neil Broderick. Yep. Said that before, Neil. The Anfield. From the match, I find players not given time. A very strange thing. Slot doesn't fancy Elliott or Chiesa. I mean, Mo is king, but he needs a break. Isn't that what we bought Chiesa for? You wonder who bought. You will look, Anfield. You know that I've said this time and time again. Time and time again. Chiesa, Federico Chiesa, was an appeasement signing because every single fan, every Liverpool fan, far and wide, local, everywhere, all over the place, was saying we haven't bought anyone, and everyone around us are buying. That's what they were saying in the summer. And what do? We bring in Chiesa. That was an appeasement for the fans because he was cheap. And I said at the time, you know what I said, Anfield? I said, you won't get 5 games out of him. Has he had 5 games? No. And it's January. It's January. Think about it. The King. He says, after Sunday, I was expecting a reaction. We didn't get one. I hope we wake up for the Forest, or it will be the same again. We need Zubamendi this window and a left back. Yes. Endo is a better centre back than Konsa. Well, there you have it. That's a good shout, that guy. You're in the lead, by the way, for this. Is it this or that? Hang on. Let me just try to explain. King. It's just to remind people. You're in the lead for that. Do you know that? I'd love to know you that. Or you could be in the lead for this. I don't know. I don't know what one, to be honest. Mo Salah, autographed Champions League programme. 2 great prizes there. That's for the Champions League and that's for the Premier Watch. Konsa only had 14 minutes playing time, 11 minutes for the Spurs injury. Yeah. Mad that, isn't it? I thought the ref was going to start singing the YMCA when he started speaking. No. I think Mo doesn't like being rested. He doesn't. You're right, Youssef, he doesn't. He wants to play every game. Absolutely, he doesn't. And Noah Hyde, our AM position players are the worst in the top 6 club. 0 creativity and penetration. Szoboszlai, Jones and Elliott. No, you're wrong there about Szoboszlai, Noah Hyde. You know, and Elliott, you know, you're wrong, lad. That's in my opinion. Oh, you have your opinion, which is fine. Which is fine. No one's criticising, but I think you're wrong there. In all honesty. We can sell Darwin and Jota and nothing will change. And Steve says, Jones takes more than 2 touches, holds the ball too long. Yeah. When he plays 2 touch, he don't get caught on the ball. You're right, you know, he does. I don't know what he tries to do. I just don't understand it. But I think they're orders. I really do. You know, hold the ball up, see what's around and pass it. And he does it so often during the game. But so often he gets caught with the ball. And slows the game up. But that's slot for you. That's slot for you. You're right, Frank Jones is too slow, says the King. The last two games, Jones has played like Henderson, says Darren. McAllister, says Norman, is a very talented player, but the opponents are not our own. But in the opponents are not our own. A DM would allow him to play in the opponents are. Yeah. That's why Gravenberch, his level of the game has come down. Everybody can see that. And Steve says, get ready to see a centre-back partnership of Gravenberch and Enzo in some games. The Anfield says, my main thing for Jones is he isn't a number 10. Yes, he is better in the McAllister position. He has played this 10 role a lot and it never works. He likes possession, and in the number 10 role, you must be quick. Yes. But he has played some good games, you know. You know, you can't really say he hasn't. He's had some very good games this season as well. This season, I'm not talking about last year or the season. Copite Callum says, get Dom back, pal. Yeah, get the power man back. Yes, totally agree. Excuse me, I'm getting a message. Might be from me, Annie, saying, does any of your lads want to play in Jones's position? Liverpool have called Rhys Williams and Nat Phillips back from their loans. Says Annie Sleuth. Steve says, Darryl, you and Frank start the FSG peaceful protest outside, except from 2 of you protesting. The rest of the fans will support you in their thousands. No, they won't. Steve says, there is reason why Arnie wanted Zubimenti. He could rotate Gravenberch and Mac without them getting burnt out. That's a good shout, Steve. But he's a one-trick pony. And my old mate, Steve Mulholland. Where's Harvey Elliott again? Everyone's been saying that, Steve. Where is he? Why wasn't he on? The Anfield Road. Has anyone noticed the drain on Gravenberch is becoming worrying? I, like us all, think we're light in the middle. It's going to be one of these little tackles in a nothing game where titles are lost. Very good analytical thing there. Could be right. We just drew at the poorest Man United team I've ever seen at Anfield. Yeah. And got beat by this lot. 0-1 is nothing, Paul always says, to overturn, but the performance was worrying at the back of the shambles against Man U. Spot on, Paul. Spot on. Look, let's see how good Slot is because of the last 2 games. A draw and a defeat. Let's see how good he is. And Norman says, Nkappi has signed a new cough. Can always break contracts, but I loved him here. Loved him here. He's brilliant, that lad. Christopher. I'm not worried, just disappointed again. I think Liverpool will batter them around fit. So do I. So do I, Chris. Roy, mate. Steve says, Arnie's saying we don't need signings. He is reading off the same imp sheet Klopp was given from FSG. But it's not FSG this time. That's why you've got to look deeper. This is why the other two came back. To save money. And that's Ward and Edmonds. That's why. And they brought in their mate. I'm not having a go at Slot. That's their mate, Arnie Slot. And Arnie, he won't say anything. And that thing he said about being loyal to the club is loyal to the players we have now. That's worrying. That's the most worrying sign. Though. What's Richards used to? He should have sorted out, and Klopp's getting the blame for all this, by the way. He should have sorted out the contracts. I've signed contracts in my profession. You know, I had to. You know, I had to sign or leave. You just come see it. Frank, yeah, Alex, sign it. I know that it's different, but it's not different. Because the fella puts in place and talks to you or your agent, whoever it is, and gets them signed before the start of a new season. You know, if you've ever signed a contract yourself, you know what I mean? And the vlog says, makes me wonder, Frank, how we scored 6 past 2 weeks ago, yet couldn't score one tonight. Madness. It's just, I think that our level has dropped. You know that. In the last 2 games, the level that we can play has dropped enormously. Enormously. You know, when they came out tonight, I thought, yeah, you know, dry weather, bit cold, but dry, nevertheless, not that horrible rain we had against Man U on Sunday. And I thought, yeah, sort these. And the blog says, you said to the blogs, because they went all out attacking in the league game, but tonight they were more defensive. The Anfield Roar to Norman. Incapi can sod off then. Looks like it'll be Reece Williams. We do need to get one. 3-0, mate. Says to the Anfield. Pub, good evening, Frank. That's a loss, to be honest. Bottle gone. Yeah, when we were talking before, Paul. When we were talking before. And funny enough, I was going to say to you, you know, the last 5 minutes of the first half, I said Liverpool have finally woken up because we were pressing a little and we were playing a bit better. Then we fell off again, started the second half, until Trent came on. It did change. He changed the game, Trent. And Norman says, Think about it though, Frank. 4 years on, and we're still in a position where we are playing a midfielder at centre half tonight, Endo. Then it was Fabinho and Endo. Yep. But he is a centre back though, isn't he, really? Endo. Shall we bring Ben Davis or Osanka back? As you say. Slot, another yes man. They're all yes, to be honest. And Steve says, Elon linked to buying LFC, all set up by FSG. They told us dad to say Elon would buy to redirect the real fans away from FSG needing to sign players this month. Well, I said that 2 years ago when they came out in the November and said, we're selling the club. That wasn't, I said at the time, that's not to buy in January though. And in the February they'll come out and say, no, we're not selling it now. And did we sign anyone? No. Oh, that's the Red Bears. Made up, mate. Made up your ear. We're worried about your Red Bird. The Anfield Roar. And he's replying to Norman. Apparently, we wanted a new cleaning firm for the toilets at the stadium, and Hughes was trying to pay them stones. He got the big V from the staff, and they stayed where they are. Brilliant. Love it. The Red Bears are made up. Hey, Frankie boy, can't stop me on night shift. I can't stop me on night shift. Brilliant. Made up, you're all right. We were very worried. Red Bears, if you're still with us, mate, we were worried. And one of the lads said to has anybody heard? I think it was Daz, has anybody heard from Red Bird? You do worry, as you know. Yusuf, every goalkeeper turns into prime Grobbelaar against us. Yeah. Simon Smith says, Frank, I'm still angry they let Chelsea fan Martin Broughton from the British Airways to sell it. Yeah. There was loads. It was shocking, that, by the way. And no one ever mentions that. I do. You just done it now. A Chelsea season ticket holder selling to, he knew the model of FSG. He did his due diligence. He had someone to do the due diligence on their model. And their model is sell to buy. You know nothing about football either. Think about it. Think about that. The Anfield. I agree, Norman. Lone centre back a must. And if Batatic isn't playing out of there for Fritzl FC or whatever they're called, get the lad back. I don't want him getting that goose stepping disease. Don't you worry about a thing. Everything was going to be all right, says Callum. Little bit of Marley there. The vlogs. To slot pick the team with him only being a coach, not manager. Salah overplayed. He will burn out. Feels like it's the owners playing Salah and Virgil every game to keep them happy to sign. I don't know, vlogs, they should just sign. Whatever, someone's holding them up. Somebody. And Trent, somebody. But I said, you know, if the three sign, which I think they will, they'll come out and say, you know, the usual adage, oh, like 3 new signings or 2. So we won't have to buy anyone. That's the way it is. Paul Burke, Darwin, the only bright thing tonight. Absolutely, said that. But I thought Trent played great, you know, when he came on. I really did. He really did, you know. I thought that he was really good. And the outfield, Red Birds, you're okay. That's great, that. I love our lads. Simon Smith. Elon Musk will buy the homes near Anfield, make a new stadium. Should have had one years ago. 2000. In 2000. But they only wanted a 50,000 seat. I said, what the fuck is that all about? 50,000? So when Ulier was manager. Steve says, why would anyone pay, what's that, 8 billion for LFC when the club's market value is under 4? Because that's what they want. You know, I've bought things that are overvalued. Everybody does. Let's be honest. Anyway, Elon, don't worry him that. He'll make that back. If they can make 300 million from 300 million to 4.5 billion, think of that. And no eyes, Elon Musk looks like the kind of person that is so rich he will destroy John Henry's empire by using all his resources and connections to force him to sell Liverpool cheap. Musk is too powerful. Spot on there, mate. Musk is a very powerful man, and he's a winner. And he has relatives that's still here. His grandmother came from Liverpool. You don't know. Accrington Stanley, will be rubbing their hands with glee, says Steve Mulholland. Steve's a friend of mine, by the way, boys. Very good friend. And he knows what he's talking about. And Steve says, Steve, you never walk alone. Isaac Gordon were offered to LFC last summer by Newcastle to come under PSR rules. Edwards Hughes, not interested. Newcastle were interested in taking Gomez, Quansah in the swap deals also. Yes. Yeah, they were. Simon Smith says, did you on Sky Sport News that car was saying Liverpool fans happy with FSG? What rubbish. And we will complain if Elon takes over. Hello, they haven't a fucking clue. But some lads, you know, really think that Elon Musk is it. And they don't realise what's along the shirt of LFC. The sponsors along there. The human rights lot, if you know what I mean. Fucking hell. Yeah. We'll complain if Elon took over. Media podcast, FSG pocket, yes. Why nobody called them out. I call them out all the time. You know, the sponsors, that is. They just haven't a clue who they support, who they back. I don't mention their names. That's why I say you can see it across the chest every fucking game. Every player wears them on the jersey. Steve, you never walk alone. Zubimendi in this midfield alongside Mack and Gravenberch. No team is getting the ball off them. Good shout. Good shout, though. And the vlogs, yeah, I'd use the likes of Morton, Chiesa, Jota, Canate and Elliott against Stanley to get more minutes. Yeah, I'd say that as well, the legs. Maybe try to young Rio kid too, and Nione with Yaros in goal. Good shout that, but I think Kelleher needs some minutes as well. Good shout that. Vlogs. It's come out Kwanzaa was, this is cop-out actually. It's come out Kwanzaa was ill, not injured, and was holding his chest. And Simon Smith says, regards the results tonight, we are better coming from behind. Anfield will be that. Spot on, lad. Spot on, Simon. Good shout. If Virgil picked up an injury today, who plays? Said, oh, don't say that, Steve. Don't say that, please. We will be bringing back Nat Phillips. No, lad. John Henry is a PR master. You wouldn't cocoa. He always pays media to create fake fans narratives, to give them a good light. But it's becoming obvious and embarrassing. Normally, companies don't do it all the time. I've always said that John Henry's a great spinner. He's got powerful men behind him, you know. Powerful team behind him. He's a businessman. He has to. And they spin loads. They've always spun. You hit the nail on the head. I said it even before we signed, when it was rumoured that we were going to go in for him. I said he's another Arto Mello. Anyone who on here knows me will tell you I said that before we signed him. And Simon says, we made 40 million profit in the summer. No, they did. I always remember a podcast I was looking at. And a lad, a comment came up, only the lad was, and said, FSG are great, you know, he's giving FSG this. And he said, and they don't take anything out the club. Couldn't believe it. And there's some fans. No, like Chiesa is actually a very good player. That's the crazy thing. It's not like Melo. Melo's a very good player, by the way. You know, great him. But the Anfield, Frankie, Elon Musk's dad had dinner with John Paul and George and Ringo. Ringo and Paul said we both knew Elon's dad. His mum did a cracking cup of tea and toast. If you believe that, what next? Electric cars. Do you know what? I was looking at something talking about electric cars. And they're in production now. And it's incredible what these Chinese have done. cars. But this French fella, you want to see what he's done with a motorbike? Unbelievable. A motorbike. A motorbike that can fly. Unbelievable. I was watching it the other night. I couldn't believe it. What was my eyes? What? The Anfield Road. John Paul, George and Ringo. You can easily spend 300 million in a season. We'll be fine financially. Yeah. You're right there. We wouldn't bust it. We can go now and spend it. I don't know whether it's 230 or 250 million without breaking in. But we won't. And Steve says, Frank, you won't get 5 games out of Chiesa, but you'll get 5 pizzas from him. Well, that's his job, isn't it? That's his job, you know, because he's got one of those big things on his back and a bike delivery. I'd love him to do well. I really do, you know. I really hope it, but because he's Italian. Paulo, we have many games in January, and I hope Slot rests Virgil, Gravenberch and Salah in the FA Cup and the 2 remaining Champions League group games. Yeah, I like that, and I think he will, you know. I think he will. And Norman, why are we trying to get 30 million for Doak? Why sell him now? He would have been someone to use tonight as pace would have hurt Spurs. Yeah, they're like backwards crap. Did anybody say? Am I the only one who's seen that push with 2 hands on in the back on Diaz? Am I the only one who's seen that? That was a penalty. That was a penalty. And that lad who scored should have been sent off, as we've said. And the King says, no, I'm second, Frank. Oh, I don't know who's top then. I'll have to check, you know. I don't know how to do these things. I'm useless. That's why I never went in it myself to in my own work. I'm the program. And I don't cheat. Anyway, the leader whiskers, even if Frank can chat, more annoyed at losing our unbeaten run than overall score in the tie. Mediocre again, sadly. Yep. Everybody's saying it, Lee. Everybody is saying it. Simon Smith, I got a feeling that John Henry watched the big earners gone. Yeah, once the big earners are gone, you're saying. Then use media spin saying they asked for too much money. They spend anything. Steve says, cheap broke FSG, give Arnie Lukebe in Cappy or that Zuba. Well, I don't think we're getting Cappy now. This month we win the title in April. And the Anfield. Where is Dynasty Partners investment money? They buy in, yet I've seen no transfer cash from their end. Yeah. What we have here is leeches, like the Glazers, just taking out nothing, just taking out nothing in. I'm sorry about this. These are these glasses, you see. Can't see. Lost my glasses. Lost them at the Aussie when I was at the Aussie the other day. FSG out. See, the thing is, Anfield, you've got like loads of fans who were upset with FSG. I've been upset with them for years. I didn't want them in the first place. I didn't want the X and Gillette. I don't like American owners. But I've got to say this about the Glazers. They do put money into the club, into their club, Man United. And that's the big difference. That is the big difference. They put a lot of money into the club. Look who they bought. They've got loads of players there, but they haven't got a manager to put together. We've got a manager. We are Klopp. Won everything. If the investment would have been there for him, and I keep saying this, I keep reiterating to give you an example. We didn't sign a midfielder for 4 years. And the last one, if you remember, was Thiago. So there wasn't any investment. It was shocking. And Steve says, Arm looked very animated on the touchline. Yeah, because referee, shocking. We can make excuse after excuse, but it was our own fault. We were terrible. I think if we had a proper defensive mid, the lads like Jones, Elliott and McAllister would then thrive with more freedom. Well, listen, Gravenberg's supposed to be a DM. Everyone was raving about him the other week. But then again, that's why his levels dropped. Because he's being overplayed, I'll just say. That's why Zubimendi says the Anfield Roar, saying to Norman, failure was such a disappointment. Look, you know and I know, I don't know whether you know, I don't know. But we could have had Zubimendi. And it was used, wasn't it? He was saying, we like to pay in installments. And El Presidente, their president, said, no, don't want installments, give us the money and you can have them. And he said, no. And all this nonsense, like, oh, he didn't want to come to us. Of course he fucking wanted to come to us. But he had to say that to appease his fans. The fans of his club, his boyhood club. I want to stay. You've got to fucking say that. If you're on the verge, you're going. And Simon says, Frank, next time, please watch Balaba from Brighton. Quality. Yeah, he is. He is. Not saying he isn't, Simon. And then carries on by saying, I hope Trent leaves, he does an interview called FS. I hope if Trent leaves, he does in an interview and call out FSG. Yes. Calls them out, yeah. I like McAllister to play number 10 role instead of a yes, so do I. Says Quiggsy. I've never heard of Quiggsy. Must be a new lad. Do us a favour, Quiggsy, mate. Press the like button. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Get the algorithm up there. Thank you. But that's a good one. I like McAllister to play number 10 role instead of a DM. Yeah. McAllister's brilliant. A brilliant player. And Norman says, please do not misunderstand me. We have done brilliantly up to now. But we, as fans, have been here before. Just hope we don't fall short again. That's why, even in the summer, we were saying, buy it. We've got to buy. And we were even saying it a few weeks ago. Let's hope that the window in January, you know. So we do need players, albeit we're top of the league, albeit we're top of the European league as well, the Champions League. But you still need quality to sustain what we've already got and achieved. But how many times have we said that in the past? When we won the Champions League, when we won the Premiership, to sustain, bring in quality players, but we didn't. We let the midfielders, Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, burn out. And we had a very two limp midfielders, and that was Thiago, great player, Thiago. But he played less games than Keita. Think about that. Think about it. And we didn't invest. Steve says, we need signings, and cheap broke FSG are looking to sell Doug Nunes this month. I thought Nunes played great when he came on. He was a bright spark. And as I said before, he was very unlucky with some shot, how he got it. It's incredible. You know where he had his back, like he hit it, that goalkeeper made a terrific save. Then he made another one. Do you remember when he come in from the right and he hit it? Just got his arm to it. Not his hand, his arm, just his arm. And Norman says, hey Frank, there was a dating show on last night called the Franco Carlyle Love Hour. Giving dating advice to viewers. He looked a lot like you. It was mad, that, wasn't it? That was a crazy half hour, that, wasn't it? And that lad came on and said, this is not football. This is, I'm digressing from football. I've got a girlfriend. And he meant it as well. And everyone started joining it. It was so funny, though. Paul Beck. That Jones all over, Frank. Plays well for a bit, then goes back to type. Seen it before with him, says Paul. Yeah. We've been talking about that, Paul, haven't we, really? And it's a shame. But I still say that he's on. Do you ever remember when that lad was injured and he called the Verge over? He called the Verge over. He had a word with him. And he must have said to the Verge, tell Jones to come over. And he told him he's under orders to hold on to the ball. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. I could be wrong. But, and after that, and that's what he was playing like, holding on to the ball. Paul always says, Williams and Phillips won't get a look in. And the way it's going, they'd be pulling Joe back from his loan to play centre back. Little dokey. Okey dokey. Now they'll sell him. If they come out with that 30 million, they've got him. Tyler Morton and Doug, they could sell without bringing anyone in, says Norman. Yeah. I don't know what that is there. Yamfield, Norman, Cilla Black won't be happy. Right, we got more chance of Arnie playing Billy Elliott than Avia. FSG have instructed Edwards use Ward to get Kabak back on there. Wouldn't surprise me, that, to be honest, Steve. It's mad, this. The Anfield Law. Norman, this shelling academy players is becoming very common. It's clearing the decks in preparation for the big summer spend. I mean, this summer gone. And Carlyle, the Dutch lad to Brentford, Clark also. Young Clark, he went to Salzburg, didn't he? To follow Pep Linders. Pep Linders has been sacked. That's how fucking good he was. No hide. Spare squad and depth is better than us. They at least have pace. FSG are the worst owners in the top 6 club. Sinister. Yeah, I agree with you. Agree with you, no hide. Totally. And Norman says it was ruthless the way them lads were sold, almost like Edwards' ridding of Klopp's kids. Good shout. Des Lynam grinds again. Des Lynam's grind again. You're having a go at that. Quigser says Klopp was asked by John Henry not to announce he was going till contract sorted, but he wouldn't do it. It was upset, it upset the team. Upset. Look, there's too much. I've mentioned it many a time about Klopp leaving. Loads of times. We only mentioned the other night, you've just got to look at Edwards and Ward leaving, just going. 6 months later, Ward left after Edwards left. They took no other job. And people, will you come to work? They could have got jobs and they wouldn't take any. 2 years later, they're back. And Klopp leaves. Think about that. Just think about it. Why they left in the first place, and then all of a sudden they came back. And you think, that words, that terminology, sinister, comes into the equation with those two. All the young lads come in here for advice, says Norman. What kind of advice? No hard. Meanwhile, yous on the heels inquiry if Juve have any more cheap injury-prone players left to buy. I think he's going to one of the Milan clubs, to be honest. So that he mightn't be playing. Have you thought about it? If he's going to one of the Milan clubs, they're keeping him fit. Don't play, might get injured. I'm stuck with him then. Think about that. Steve Mulholland. I remember losing 1-0 against Nottingham Forest away in the semi-final League Cup. Clough said, 1 goal is not enough, and the leg at Anfield was frustrating 0-0. I fear history might repeat itself. Say Steve Mulholland. Tell you what, Steve, I'd rather be in Cuba now, getting the heat than sitting in here freezing. Was you? Good friend of mine. He knows what I'm talking about. And Steve, you never walk alone, say, Virgil Gravenberch not available for a few league games. Our title challenge is over. Quicker down. A fart disappears in the wind. No hide. You were hiding in Henry's when you heard that, says Quigser. no hide to quigs. Been some great comments tonight, though. And do you know what I mean? It's not overplayed, if you know what I mean. It's not like really nasty stuff. It's just good opinions. And the copite says, I say bring Billups back. That. The Anfield. Apparently, Fred Elliott is ahead of Billy and Harvey Elliott. Owen Lee. Frank. Hiya, Owen. Frank, if we could only buy one player in the window, what position would you buy for? I honestly think we need a forward, not clinical enough in front of goal. I love the show. Oh, thank you, Owen. Thank you, my friend. It's the first time you comment, because I don't remember your name, you know. But made up that you're here with us. We need a DM. We've got forwards, to be honest, Owen, that can score. And they have been scoring every game. Tonight, and not Forest, no. You know, we didn't score. And we were unlucky tonight, you know, in some respect. That goalkeeper, you know, he made some terrific saves, especially from Darwin. So we need a number 6. We really do need a number 6. And I think of Fraser of the others, you know, to play forward. That's my opinion. And I suppose a lot of others as well, you know. Owen. Was that Lee Owen? Am I getting the things? Because they change names, something. Anyway, Steve says, Frank selling homegrown kids gives you 3 times the buying power and helps with PSR FFP rules greatly. Yes. Now, don't forget, if we sold, say Trent was going, and we sold him for 70 million, that's a £70 million profit straight away, because he cost nothing. But would we see any of that 70 million? No. And the Anfield says, if the likes for Frankie, as the Des Lynam impersonator job isn't paying what it used to. So Frankie needs the algorithm to keep him warm. The heating in my home is terrible. Fucking radiators don't work or anything. It takes genuine 2.5 hours for the radiators to warm up. People have been and looked at. And we've got one of those fires, you know, big flame fire. And anyway, after the pod last night, I was knackered. Well, sat on my chair. Fire was on. I had a cup of tea and a sandwich, because I don't eat before I do a show or before I sleep. And sat there, had my sandwich and cup of tea. The next, I was watching a film. The next was 5 minutes into the film, and I woke up. This was at, tell you what time, 5 to 12, you know, started to watch the film. No, it was an 11:30, something like that. And I woke up at 2:05. Got to sleep. I was on for 3 hours. God, blimey. Players can't sign contracts, says Steve, you never walk alone. Why? They ain't being offered any form cheap bloke, FSG. Cheap bloke. Jota looks sharp and fit. Yes, says Steve. But so did Darwin when he came on. But I thought Trent was back to his normal best. Yusuf, Scottish Bears fed up from reading my comments in chat, hence why he left. Joking, think I've seen him recently on another channel. Oh, well, you know, well, that's fine. As long as he's all right, the Scottish Bear, you know what I mean? As long as he's all right. Frank, one thing you have overpaid on is pizzas, says Steve. Yes. I love my pizza. I do, actually. Mi piace molto pizza. Not red, Musk is a white man who grew up rich in apartheid South Africa. His family made their millions on diamonds mined by kids. He wants Tommy Robinson Pierre support Israel. So no, says the North Red. That's fine. That's fine. But you also support. I won't mention the name. You see, I won't fucking mention them. You know what's across our chest? Do you know anything about them? Do you support them? North Red. Let me know in the comments. Fucking yeah. Exhausting. Oh yeah. Yeah, why? Will do, Bomb. See you in a moment. Ta-ra. Frank, Henry visited Epstein Island. Elon had that data on Henry. He should use that data by LFC with a low ball offer of $1 billion to Henry, or Elon will release the info to the public domain. I agree, every billionaire will have a shady contact, but Musk is out there with the worst. Just look at our sponsors. Just look at our sponsors, right? If you know anything about them, I do. The Anfield Raw says, I do worry eventually what this team will look like. Under a used term, I mean, Bournemouth have gone on from strength to strength. We're out of, we will have to see, but we're not Bournemouth. I fucking said that. North Red says, maybe Chiesa, if you're being held hostage, blink twice. Has FSG released their big August window statement yet? This is what it's all about. The war chest, the summer war chest that never appears. That fucking Tommy Cooper. If Elon bought Liverpool, we will play our first pre-season on Mars, says Simon Smith. Yeah, why not? It's great. Elon got all the spacecrafts and everything. We could all go, couldn't we? Up there. I just want to see that wormhole. What the great Einstein was going on about. The bending of space to get from there to there, like that. That's where the aliens come from. That's how they get here so fast. Porro pushed Diaz in the back, no check by VAR. If it went to VAR, it's a pen. The fucking referee was there. He should have given it. Because even that Porro, he was like that to Diaz, you know, shouting at him. because he fucking knew. He knew. And that was disgusting, that. The referee was diabolical, a prick. Bianfi Ross says, Elon Musk said, I love Liverpool very much, which is why I'm making Donald Trump and Nigel Farage chief negotiators. I don't think we will be buying many from abroad again. We will write this at Anfield, no doubt, but we need to get focused. We have to beat, not draw, beat Forest. Yeah, totally agree. But I said after the Man United game, I think I said before and after, that we will beat Nottingham Forest. I said that. No one does a double over us. Fuck Forest as well. Copite says, Everton fan Tony Bellew says FSG are fools, showing off when a blue bitter is speaking. Yeah. Yeah. We haven't signed a defender in 5. No, you're so right. We never signed. I said not before that when Thiago signed, we didn't sign another midfielder in 4 years. 4 years. That's what you call lack of investment. And you just hit the nail on the head there. We haven't signed a defender in 5. That's a lack of investment. And Steve says, Dynasty Partners have purchased a 0% of LFC from FSG, rumoured prices between 80 to 150. Where is the money in LFC accounts? It's in the accounts of Fenway. Frank, you're right about the USA ownership. They see basketball and American football first, not soccer, as they call it, says Simon Smith. Farage, new director of football. I do not want a new signing coming in on an expensive boat, says Norman. Fucking hell. Listen, I think I've got it's not too late now. We have to start it all over again. Hang on. What have I got it on? Right, this one. Let me get it, boys. Let me get it. Right. I've got to go right along. I'm sorry there, boys and girls. Yeah. Try and get this down. I can't get it up on the screen, unfortunately. I'll have to ask G. I keep forgetting. This is for European Champions League, okay? It's N. No, it's not. It's 9, small g, capital N, 6, I, small I, 9. That's 9, small g, capital N, 6, small I, 9. Okay. Ask me tomorrow night. I've got the fucking show, haven't I, again, this. So ask me tomorrow night if I'll try and get Jason to just throw it up. I'll have it up there somewhere on the screen so you can get it. And the Premiership one as well. And I've got I forgot I found these. And I've got autographed ones. And I want to give them away. I've got the St. John autograph on that. Right, the autograph, they're the Knights again. And I just found them by chance. And I've got these ones as well, autographs. Both of Tommy Lawrence and Tommy Smith. Two like great football icons. Got them. And I'll be giving them away as well. Whoever wants them. Simon Smith says, look at the Arsenal owners, same as FSG. To be honest, Simon, I'm not interested in any other club and the owners. I'm not being funny, you know, me with you, but I'm just interested in our club, our fucking owners. The Anfield Roar. New shirt sponsor will be Tesla Trump, says the Anfield Roar. Tesla Trump. Trump will be in charge of our defence, Roar, says Norman. He would say alongside Virgil. He will play alongside Virgil, you mean? We are going to build a wall. That's a good one, that. Sorry there, boys. This fucking thing I've got. It's really bad. I'm going on to this. I'm going to go right down here, boys. Frank, you don't pay installments on a buy-out clause. Buy-out clause means the buying club makes full payment in one go. Player gets released. Yep. But I don't think he has a buy-out clause, did he, Zubamendi? Oh, come on. And the copite says, does anybody know why the derby hasn't been rescheduled? That's a good one, that. Do you know what? The only time I ever thought of it, Gary Neville got it right, was on the, when it got postponed on the Saturday. Gary Neville said, why don't we play it tomorrow? Because all the winds are decreased and everything else, because it was windy, wasn't it? And he got that spot on, because I said the same. Why didn't he reschedule for the next day? The fuck's... And Steve says, Frank, without signings, the wheels will fall off again in February, March. Again, we have done this dance many times before on the FSG song. Absolutely, we have. And the King says, why is every transfer window so annoying? We do nothing. We need a defensive mid, and we needed it when Fabinho lost his legs, and we're desperate for one now. Yes. Yes. Steve says, our callers, crosses, free kicks are shocking. Why ain't Arnie and his coaches improving this? We did all right, didn't we, last season? Corners and crosses and everything else. Alvarez. A prime Fabinho or Steven Gerrard takes us to the title. Remember when Case, Kennedy, McDermott left? We had Whelan, Johnson, Nicol ready to replace them, says Norman. Yep. We've always had someone. Under Paisley, especially. True that, Paul. He had started to dwell on the ball too long again, Jones. Says Norman. Norman, The days before PSA and transfer windows when you could snap a man in half weekly and players were paid £60 a month. Okay, now. At least we have a laugh on here, Frank, as well as serious opinion. Young Callum. Why did Schmacker leave? He was only here on a 6-month contract. That was it. He was all right, Schmacker, by the way. And Steve says, Ipswich wants to sign Doak Elliott. We should ask for D-Lap in the deal. D-Lap in the deal. It's been freezing today, Frank. Coldest I've been for a while. I'm fucking freezing shit near. I've got I sit on my chair and I've got, you know, those throws that you have, but they're electrified. I've got 2 over me, you know, only cross my legs and that. Great. Electrified, 2 of them. Legs are warm. United have agreed to 3 new contracts with their players within days, and FSG struggling to get our 3 signs up for it. But it's not FSG, Steve. It's fucking Hughes. It's him. He should be doing all the negotiating. The same fella who negotiated for Zubamendi. I always remember when he first came, and it was a laugh. You know, people, he went, oh, he's great Hughes, you know. He tried to sign Mbappe. Not for us. Fucking Bournemouth. Did you think go to Bournemouth? I couldn't believe what I was listening to with these. Right, well, it ends on there. Town here, boys. That is Nick Foley. Graham Potter signed for West Ham today, and they are ready to make new signings straight away for their new manager. There you have it. There you have it. All right, says Nick Fadley. Hey, Nick, you're all right. Was it slot call? Before you mean, yeah. Says, how are you, Frank? You're not calling me for everything, are you? Steve says, Frank, what billionaires are not corrupt? They are all dirt on them. All are corrupt, says Steve. Liverpool video. Hey, Frank, how are you? Do you worry this is the start of a downturn in form? I am getting worried about our performance levels, not just the results. I said that before their videos. I said our levels have dropped last few games, to be honest. Last couple of games especially. You never walk alone. Hey Frank, do you know why Harvey wasn't used today? It's a mystery. This is what we've been saying. You never walk. This is what we've been saying. I was expecting him to come on around the 70th minute, which you said before. And he carries on by saying, it seems Arnie doesn't rate him. He's exactly what we needed today. Some energy, desire, directness. He would have had impact off the bench. I said it. I said exactly the same. That's it. That's it, you know, honestly. Darwin the GOAT. Every goalkeeper turn into prime Casillas whenever Nunes has an attempt. You're right there, lads. Honestly, you're right. I mentioned it before. He made 2 fantastic saves from Darwin. 2 fantastic ones. And he carries on by saying he was so unlucky not to score tonight. I hope he scores a hat-trick against the mighty Accrington Stanley this weekend. Now for his confidence My love, Darwin. Yeah, most probably he will. 2 hat-tricks. Which slot kept Enzo in the CB position, centre-back position, till the 90th minute? Bro was fantastic, says the false nine. Cody, the false nine. Is it just me that doesn't rate Curtis Jones, says Liverpool Jabby? Like, there's no doubt he has ability, but he's far too inconsistent to be a regular starter. No, you're not the only one, Shabby. You're not the only one, mate. There's lots on there. And build a Klopper statue. Build Klopper statue. Great. Slot must be in love with Jones. He's in love with his first 11, isn't he? Or his first 12, 13, so. And Callum says, couldn't see a defence without Virgil. They'd be a massive fall-off and we would concede more than a lot of goals. Virgil needs the contract as well as the other two. Oh, yeah. But the 3 of them do. The 3 of them do. Callum. Jones, for me, is just a squad player. Excuse me. He starts, plays dead rubber games for me to give our best players a rest. And Norman says, remember as a kid, hot water bottle. Yeah. My grandmother had a stone one, like a roundish one, you know, with a top on the top. Never forget that. But it stays hot all the time. Better than the rubber ones. Richard Hughes is like a train driver and guards getting paid to do call. Can't say that about our train drivers and guards. You'll have us all sacked. Frankie signs off the players' new contracts. That is Hughes or effort. Hughes. He negotiates. You don't fucking get the owners negotiating. That's why they bring in these people, these highly paid people. People who do a job for the owners. That's why, no matter, like Marks and Spencer's, let's say Marks and Spencer's, they bring in buyers. The people who run Marks and Spencer's do not go out by whatever they need. They have buyers. It's like anything. You just sit there. John Henry just sits there thinking of yachts and things. And baseball caps. That's what he thinks. While the likes of director of football is Mr. Hughes. He does all that. That's why he's been hired. Edwards to him. Do you want a job, Rich? Yeah. Where? Liverpool. Oh, go away. You're kidding me, aren't you? Oh, do you want a job? Yeah, sure. Think about that. Was I being sarcastic? Of course it fucking was. And I mean it. Ahmed. Frank, one thing is this. This is a decisive season for us. If FSG don't sign any players this January transfer window and summer, then LFC fans should be in full voice for them to sell the club. It'd be a load of bollocks again, to be honest, Ahmed. Well, we better pick up from our form, because We go to City next month and we still have to play the final ever Goodison derby. We saw what happened last season when we went into derby off the form. We got done. Yes. Spot on there, Callum. Cody false 9. Harvey and Chiesa, there must be something going on, because if they can't even get minutes in the Carabao Cup when we're losing, something isn't right. And Steve says, the friendly dies tomorrow. Linda puts LFC for sale next week. She wouldn't go home. She would. But Werner wanted to sell, didn't he? That's why I'm convinced they will sell one day. Did you see Slot confirm Kwanzaa wasn't injured? He was just ill. I don't know what's fucking wrong, to be honest. No, I didn't see anything because I just came in here right away. So it makes me wonder, why did he start him, says the videos. Isn't that risky and a waste of a sub? Yes, I said that. That's why most probably Chiesa or young Elliott didn't come on. Did he use up all his subs? Think about it. Arnie, what's that? Flo Club. Also, what happened to Alisson? Darwin, the goat says. He seems miles off it. Why didn't Kelleher start tonight? Because he'll be starting on when we play Accrington, whatever that fucking is. Here, listen, can anyone tell me before I finish? Do we play next Tuesday or Wednesday? I need to know. I'm following Klopp's plan. Only wants to play and use his best 16, say Steve. He just uses his best 11. Thank you, Callum. Tuesday. Thank you so much, because I can finish on these last two. The football flashback. We scored 6 goals against them not even a month ago. What happened since then? Yes, someone else said that at the beginning, to be honest. Flash. Someone said it before. I said the levels have dropped. And I said last night, I think, was it last night? Yeah, last night on the football show. I said we'll see how good, especially after the Man U fiasco. Sorry about this. This is fucking nuts. I haven't got a, snotty nose or anything. It's just that there's bloody itchy all the time. So annoying. I said last night, we'll see how good Sloot is in the next few games. And I'm not bringing Accrington Stanley into that. One of them was tonight. We scored 6. Yep. So, Frank, you saying you can agree contracts with our players without FSG permission? Hell no, FSG have final say on everything. No, he negotiates and puts it to FSG. It's like the Zuba-Mendy thing. When El Presidente said, just give us the money, I don't want fucking installments. What's that all about? And he was negotiating an installment. And they're blaming Klopp for it, aren't they? Some people are blaming Klopp that the things weren't done, the contracts. Thanks, Callum, for that. Tuesday, thank you. Breaking news from Sky Sports. Arnie is leaving LFC this summer. Why FSG have promised them a £300 million mortgage? Say Steve. Oh, brilliant. And cop-out. Kelleher should be in agree. Should be in agree. Allison wasn't what he was before the injury, nearly costing us, and a 1-1. 1 versus 1. He is usually way better. Yeah. And the cop-out says Salah was obviously stranded on the right wing. We should have moved him more central, and Elliott right wing. Or throw Chiesa, and that's what he is, isn't he? Listen, boys and girls, I've got to leave. I've got to phone my daughter up. It's 12:15. Thank you so much for keeping me company. I'm on tomorrow night as well, so you can all have your moan and opinions and everything else. Because it'll settle down. We'll have to digest it and see what tomorrow brings. See you at the usual time, 8 o'clock. And thank you again. Ci vediamo, domani. Ciao bella.